has been many nice cards released in 2022, and making a top 10 list of the best cards was really hard, but I wanted to show you guys which ones that I love the most. So I took a look at all the cards to find out which ones were my favorites, and to my surprise, many cards that I really want and think are stunning are not that expensive. Some are even as low as $1. So since there are many cards that I want that I can buy, I tried to choose cards that I wouldn't be able to buy as easily. So I decided to choose cards that were worth at least $30, because I wanted to include cards that were a bit more unobtainable. Except there is one or two exceptions to that, because I did something different with a few of the spots on this list. Most cards on this list are cards that I will probably never be able to justify buying. So with that being said, I just wanted to quickly talk about my honorable mentions before moving on to my number 10 on the list. These two cards were at first obvious choices for the list, but they have dropped a lot in price and are right now both below $30. It is the Mewtwo Alt Art and the Radiant Charizard from Pokemon Go, two of my favorite cards from 2022. Especially the Charizard would be absolutely amazing to pull. Well, that was what I wrote when I did this script like a couple of months ago, but I've actually pulled it and yeah, it was amazing. Charizard is probably my favorite Pokemon and I love shinies, and his shiny is one of the best. It's definitely one of the cards that I want to pull the most, but if I didn't get it, I would have been able to buy it. Right now, it's even lower. It keeps dropping in price. When I started doing this, it was at like $27, but now it's just a bit more than $10. But I wanted to choose cards that were a bit more unobtainable, so because of that, these cards are on the list as honorable mentions, even if I wanted these cards maybe even more than some cards on this list. So, at number 10, we have gold cards. Yeah, actually multiple. The most expensive gold card is the Lugia V-Star Gold, which was at $29 when I started making this script, so it didn't quite make the list. Right now, it's at like $18 though. But there are so many gold cards that I really want. Many are between $5 and $20, so I can easily buy some of them, but I wanted to show the ones that I want the most. All of these cards look similar, since of course they're all gold, so it's hard to rank them since I do like all of these Pokemon, probably like the same amount. The gold card I probably like the most is the Galarian Moltres. I just love how the black and red looks with the gold. Any of these would make me super happy, and together I think they earned a spot on the list. I don't know. At number 9, we have the Arceus Alt Art from Brilliant Stars. This card isn't super expensive, which is mostly why it's low on the list. Also, when I wrote this script, it was at $50. Now when I'm recording this, it's down to like $34, but I didn't want to change my list like this late. I think this card is absolutely stunning. I love the look of Arceus in the sky with the stars behind him and the landscape below. Really cool card that I would love to have in my collection. At number 8, we got the full arts. Taking the lead by Charizard, which was worth $31 when I made this script, but it's at $21 now. I should really try to make these videos faster if I'm gonna be talking about prices. I think all full arts look so cool. They have stunning colors and they all have similar design, even though they look very different and unique. Charizard is, however, the only full art that is worth more than $30. Many of these ones, which I want the most, are between $2 and like $20. I really want the Garchomp full art, and to my surprise, it's only worth like $4 now. But again, as a whole, I think the full arts are amazing and deserves to be on here. And I just wanted to show them. The Dialga Alt Art from Astral Radiance takes the number 7 spot. This card has so many nice colors. I especially love the blue. And I think it's the two suns that makes this card so stunning. I don't know how this card will look like in person, but I think it's probably very awesome. Dialga might not be my favorite legendary, but I do like it a lot, and it's also a dragon, so... Flying in at number 6, the Rainbow Charizard V-Star. The rainbow cards from recent sets all look very similar, except of course that it's different Pokemon. So if I were to rank the rainbow cards, it all comes down to which Pokemon I want the most and not the actual look of the card. Rainbow Charizard is, however, the only rainbow that is pretty expensive. Most rainbow rares that I really want seem to be between $7 and $30, with Lugia and Mewtwo being a bit more expensive. That Aerodactyl is worth about $12, and I want it almost as much as the Charizard. I only have 2 rainbows, and seeing how they look in person makes me want them even more. Okay, enough babbling about rainbows, it's time to get into the top 5. And now it's no more groups, sorry about that. Choosing where to put these 5 was really hard. I feel like any of them could have been number 1. These are all cards that I want pretty equally. But at number 5, we have the Rayquaza VMAX from the Trainer Gallery of Silver Tempest. I love Rayquaza, definitely one of my favorite legendaries. And he is of course a dragon, so that's amazing. Again, the colors of this card, it just looks so nice. That red and purple sky looks super fantasy-like, and I'm sure it looks even better in person. The contrast with Rayquaza's green colors really makes this card pop. Flying in once again at number 4, we have my favorite probably Pokemon Charizard. Who doesn't love a great Charizard? This alt art from Brilliant Stars features Charizard fighting Venusaur, so you get 2 great Pokemon in just 1 card. Amazing. Love this alternative look of Charizard. It was hard not to put him in the top 3, but these other cards are just too amazing. And they have such unique look to them. So trying to put my bias towards Charizard aside, I put him at number 4. Going into the top 3. These could have all been number 1, and it doesn't seem fair to try and rank them, but it has to be done. So at number 3, we have the alt art Lugia from Silver Tempest. I love this card. Lugia is also one of my favorite legendaries, and on this card, Lugia is black. It looks like a special shiny type or something like that. The way Lugia is just towering over the person with the sky and water going all crazy, I just love it. The darker look of this card makes it very unique and it stands out from other cards, and again, I love that Lugia is, or at least appears to be, black on this card. At number 2, we have a card that I never realized just how cool it was until I looked up pictures of it. I've seen it in some videos, but I didn't know just how detailed it was. We have the Giratina V alt art from Lost Origin. Wow, this card is so cool. Look at all the details of that background. I don't even know where that is supposed to be. It looks like it's some kind of alternate space. It's so much to look at on this card. I don't think it surprises anyone to see it in the top 3. Giratina is also one of my favorite legendaries. Yeah, I do have many. It's also the first dragon ghost type Pokemon, so that's really cool. Okay, so it's time to reveal which card took the number 1 spot. Both the Lugia and Giratina are actually worth a lot more than this one, but this card is special to me. I feel a stronger attachment to this card than I do the others. It's probably the card I think about the most from 2022. I wish they would make more of these in the future. I think the concept and layout of this card is pretty awesome. So, at number 1, we have the Aerodactyl V alt art from Lost Origin. This card doesn't only have Aerodactyl. No. This is a card which captures a scene from the dinosaur time, and we see many dinosaur Pokemon here. I love dinosaurs. Basically, T-Rex is just a dragon without magical powers. I think this card is so beautiful, and I want it even more just because of how many dinosaur Pokemon it got. Dinosaurs are of course something that has existed on Earth, and because of movies and series like Jurassic Park, we all have an image of how we think it looked back then, and I think this card captures that scene perfectly. As I said, I really hope they make more cards like this in the future. Maybe they have made similar cards like this in the past. You guys can tell me. I would love to see a card featuring a bunch of dragon types. Well, I hope you enjoyed seeing my top 10 list of the cards from 2022 that I want the most. I find it really hard to rank things and choosing favorites, so I'm not sure how certain I am about this list. Probably why it took so long for me to finish. But it was fun sharing some of the cards that I want the most with you guys. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I might regret this, but I'd like to know if you have any of these cards in your collection. I would also love to know which cards are your favorites from 2022. I want to make a list of my favorites from 21 as well, especially since I'm opening sets from there at the moment. But I think that's gonna be even harder than this list. 2021 was an amazing year for Pokemon cards. Maybe I'll make a top 20 list or something, I don't know. Again, thank you so much for watching. I hope you had a good time. Until next time, bye!